Hello, welcome once again to my vlog. I'm Pete, of course, and today I want to introduce you to a brand new collection of dies, which we're calling a mixed media collection. Now, these, and here they are, these are a more contemporary take on the mixed media trend. So they're perfect for card making, scrapbooking, journaling, home decor, whatever you want really. Now at the top we've got a lovely alphabet that kind of looks like the paper cut letters that we see, and the dies all come on one single die. We've got our coffee marks, we've got our lovely sentiments there, the circle mask. These two make rather gorgeous stencils. We've got our borders, which also make stencils as well. There's our frames, so there's tabs, there's hearts, there's all sorts of things there as well, arrows. And finally, we've got our paint splatters. Now, these were designed, of course, to work together, so you can choose any of these. In fact, you could choose all of them if you wanted to get them all on one big scrapbook layout, and they work seamlessly. So, without further ado, let's get on with the demo. So today we're going to be using our fold-away machine. We'll bring the handle down, slot that into place, and I'm going to start with this lovely die from the border set, and I'm going to cut into craft card. I love craft card. You get a really clean, crisp edge with it, which is perfect for what I'm about to use it for, and it's great for making stencils as well. So we'll sandwich that in place between our two plates onto our platform and simply run through the machine. Actually, you know, while I think about this, I've just made an executive decision. We're going to put that at an angle. Now, into the machine, run it through. Great clean cut, always with this machine. And there we have it, all ready to go. All we need to do now is simply pop those little bits out. Let's bring this in, run our die brush over the top. Oh, what did we ever do before the invention of the die brush? Goodness knows. And there we are. Glorious. Now, the next thing I want to do is place that against my mount board. Now, this is mount board, and you're probably thinking, wait a minute, you can't cut mount board with a wafer thin die. Well, actually we're going to be using a Biggs die, and I'm going to attach this with some spray mount using my super high-tech spray booth again, and we'll place that on there like so. So what I'm doing here, I'm kind of getting a faux embossed look. So I'll take this and I'll place it over the top of my primitive heart. There are 3 on the die, and I'm actually going to place it against the larger of the 3. Sandwich it between my 2 glitter cutting plates, and simply wind it through. So of course we don't need a platform this time when we're working with a Biggs die, just the 2 plates will suffice. And there we have it, really clean, crisp cut. That is using mount board. It's a really, really stiff material, but it's great for mixed media applications if you want to get some dimension in your makes. So let's get on with the inking. Now, here's my heart, all ready to go, but I've actually painted it with some black gesso. So that's the surface I want ready to paint onto. But before I do that, I'm going to take a clever little product. This is texture sand paste from Deco Art Media. And what it does, it's very gritty. You can apply it with a brush, you can apply it with your fingertip, which is what I'm actually going to do. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever works for you. So I'm just going to put that in there. And what this does, it leaves a gritty kind of surface. So if you're looking for a rust technique particularly, this gives it that smack of authenticity. Slight texture. So we'll just go around the edges a little bit. There. You don't have to be super accurate. You can use, kitchen paper, you can use a stenciling brush, palette knife. It's entirely up to you. So that's our texture sand paste, which I have of course done on my pre-prepared heart. Now I'm going to use DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics for the next bit. If you want to find out how cool these are, go to Andy Skinner's website. He's the master with these things, he really is. So we're going for that rusty effect, and I'm going to start off with my English gold, oh no, English red oxide, I do beg your pardon. So we'll just put a little bit on there, like so. I'm not using any paintbrushes, I'm actually just going to use a sheet of kitchen paper. So I'm going to dab that there. I'm just going to bring that in. It's very important that you, when you're doing something like this, is to get it kind of looking random. You don't want it having a contrived look by being too careful and painting it on here, there and everywhere. So that's why I'm dabbing it like so. If I need to add more, I can add more later. Doesn't really matter. Now next up I'm using raw sienna. Bring that in, and you can see it's starting to take on that weathered, rusty, careworn look now. There we are. A bit more there. And finally, I want to just, well, actually, let's use our heat tool just to dry that off before the next stage. Because now I want to apply some broken china. This is distress paint from Ranger. Now, I love this colour and I love using it with this rust effect, but I'm not going to apply it as I did before directly. I'm going to drag it. So I'm just going to drag that down there. Bit here as well. So again, trying to get an authentic look to it. Oh, bit too much. Just scrape it off again. Right, let's clear away some of that paint. Because the next bit, this is the fun bit. Now, I don't know if you've ever considered doing this before, but I'm going to take some Titan Buff. This is again DecoArt Media. Titan Buff, it's a sort of a lovely creamy colour. And I'm going to roll that out with my brayer. There we are, so that's created a nice flat surface. Now, what I'm going to do, and this is the fun bit, I'm going to take a rubber stamp. This is typewriter text, and I'm going to dip it in the acrylic. And there, straight on like so, just taking little bits here and there. Now, obviously you need to wash that up straight away, which I will in a moment. If that's coming out too bright, there's a little trick. There's something now, it's called, oh, do you know what? I can't even read it. It's DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics. It's a wonderful thing. It begins with a Q and it ends with gold. So go check out the DecoArt website to find out exactly what it is. But basically it acts like a stain. So I can knock some of that colour back with this and drag it across, and it has a lovely golden, almost orange hue. And again, it adds to the whole rust look. But you can see how it's gone over the lettering there. And it's just given it that yellowish tinge. There. Now, that's pretty much it for the colour. I'm going to dry that off using my heat tool. Take that out of the way. Then last thing, this is my Treasure Pewter. This is a wonderful product. It's a gilding wax. This is one of my favorites, I think, Treasure Pewter. And I'm just going to bring that in. And I'm going over where, do you remember our sand texture paste in the beginning? Well, I know I've got some in the top corner there. So when I kind of pick that out and I'm feeling round for it, and I'm going over the top of that, because that will really pick that out and make it start to look like the rust, which we're trying to so desperately to replicate. Now, I'll take my pewter again and go around the edge like so, just to pick that up. That will add some contrast when we place it onto a project. And that, my friends, is pretty much it. All ready to go. Pretty spectacular effect, minimal effort, no skills required, just a piece of kitchen paper. And finally, this is how it looks in its frame. There we have it. So there we are. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little demo. If you want to see more demos, incidentally, we can see every single product on Hochanda this weekend. We've got Saturday the 18th, we've got the launch show at 6 and 8 p.m. and then on the Sunday we've got 9 a.m, we've got 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. so that's 5 hours jam-packed with demos. And if you want to enter a competition as well, this is quite exciting now. If you want to enter a competition, you can win all of these dies, every single die in the set. And that closes on the 30th of November at 10 a.m. So check out the website for that. And I just want to show you, before we go, a few examples of things that we've done recently. There's a couple of notebooks there. We've used the bird and stars stencils to rub some lovely modelling paste through. Oh, our circle, this is a lovely little card. That is our circle mask there, used in a way I hadn't originally intended, but it works quite well, I thought. This one, we will do demoing each of these individually on our channel, I hope. We've got 3 different hearts. These are the hearts primitive Biggs dies, and we've got different elements from the set there. Let's have a look. Oh, little scrapbook layout. This is something we did a while ago for one of our videos as well, so you can go back out and check that as well. Couple more cards. There we are, using the Distress Oxides. Lovely, bright and punchy. And that's it. So thanks again. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all again soon, no doubt. And if you want to find any more inspiration, or you want to find out more about Sizzix products, then go to sizzix.co.uk. Thank you. Bye.